Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to the Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of March 17th to 21st, Nick Newman receives an unexpected invitation, and Traci Abbott faces imminent peril. Let's discuss what is ahead, as there are two preemptions as well. The actions of Alan Laurent, also known as Martin Laurent, will initially make Traci uncomfortable. Regarding the crazy notifications on his phone, Alan will attempt to divert Traci's attention, but he will become irate with her in the process. Eventually, Alan will recommend that they travel to Paris in order to find a potential location for their wedding. Traci may disclose to Diane Jenkins Abbott and Jack Abbott that Alan has been under stress, since she will ultimately be consulting them for advice. That can make Traci question if being engaged was the right decision. Diane and Jack may believe that Traci should give him some leeway and go have fun in Paris, as they have no reason to question Alan's love for her. Chance Chancellor will be given a reprieve from the investigation. Chance will have a lead to follow because the remote-controlled device that caused the gas leak was purchased from a hardware store close to the closed clinic. Chance could also be able to determine that Alan, also known as Martin, made the transaction thanks to some security footage from that establishment. Nick will urge Sharon Newman to take a brief vacation in Europe because she deserves some relaxation and rest after all the chaos of the kidnapping. Sharon will want Nick to accompany her when Nick encourages her to go see Noah Newman with Faith Newman. That will put Nick on the spot and start a discussion regarding Sharon's actual situation. Sharon will want to know if Nick has also considered a romantic reunion when she admits her wish for one. Billy Abbott will console Phyllis Summers following her ordeal and develop a stronger bond with her as Nick and Sharon work out their feelings for one another. It appears that Summer Newman will rely on Kyle Abbott once more because she will continue to be anxious about the insane kidnapper who hasn't been apprehended. Sadly, it appears that Claire Newman will observe Summer ostensibly making another move on Kyle, so she might find that problematic. Claire tried to convince Victor Newman that he shouldn't make additional waves in her romance, but he's going to make them regardless. Kyle will have to deal with Victor's comments regarding his current situation. Victor can argue that he will never be able to escape the turmoil of Summer and Claire's disagreement if Kyle insists on keeping up their current connection. Summer is going to cause additional problems, despite Kyle's optimistic forecasts about his future with Claire. If Kyle wants to maintain harmony with Claire, he might need to change the way he engages with Summer. Summer can't keep going too far or she might get in trouble. As Lily Winters looks for information about Damian Kane's intentions, Audra Charles might need to warn Holden Novak. Holden may receive reprimands for pushing limits with Audra. It appears like Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson will give in and go to bed as their cravings intensify. That might be a significant turning point and formalize the relationship between these two. Last but not least, YNR will be preempted on Thursday, March 20th, and Friday, March 21st, due to the upcoming March Madness. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, those preemptions will make the week short, but there will still be a ton of exciting action. Phyllis and Sharon look for the security camera in the clinic's basement. Sharon reminds her that since they are visible, they had to be straightforward about it. They ought just simply disassemble the camera in public. Like a rock star in a hotel room, Phyllis goes one step further and advises that the place be trashed. They act aggressively to escape. They shout about how wonderful this feels as they toss items. Phyllis rips open a pillow and curses Jordan, while Sharon destroys a bulb and curses Ian. Sharon destroys the bookcase, accuses Jordan of everything, and then apologizes to Phyllis for what she'd done to her family. They no longer need to travel there, according to Phyllis. She realized she didn't need to waste time blaming her after becoming stuck with her. They learned the value of tough love while being held captive by a madman. They shout over the intercom that they are returning to their family's normal routines and that they are not going to back down. They pause at Nick, exchange glances, and burst out laughing when they discuss who they must leave for. They keep yelling and teasing the intercom that they can't be stopped. They eventually locate the camera and make a joke about how this was similar to being kidnapped by the Easter Bunny. They speak about how funny Sharon can be and laugh about how the apartment now looks like junkyard chic. They believe the voice will be angry and come after them now that it cannot see them. They will have the advantage since they are prepared. They choose to purchase a self-defense item, assuming they will be armed. They stand by the door, picking up thermoses. The abbot remembers how he and Nick have been searching for the two women and the hints they have followed to reach this point as they travel. Calling Summer, Nick assures her that he will track down her mother and bring her home. Billy is aware that Nick's family has been living through a nightmare for some months. The Newman talks about everything happening at once and how it's been too much. They had better follow Chance's example because he won't want their showing up at the clinic. Nick simply cannot comprehend the entirety of this. It's illogical. Why are they being taken straight to the women? Billy and Nick pull up outside the clinic. Chance and a few police officers are already present and are not happy to see them. Chance warns Nick that this is already difficult enough when he threatens to bring in the Newman security team. The detective clarifies that they are awaiting a search warrant and permission to enter from the landlord. For Billy and Nick, waiting for permission is a pointless activity. Chance notes that they aren't just crashing their way in and that this could all be a trap. It's the warrant. When Nick tries to peer through a window, the officer tells them to wait. Chance is aware of their anxiety. Billy fears that the women will pass away before they can reach them. The keys are brought by the landlord. He explains that no one has inquired and that the establishment has been closed for years. The keys don't work when they try to open the door. Chance demands that the police enter first after picking the latch. They enter in a file. Sharon discovers that their phone has received a message in the basement. The riddle reads, "Ladies, you're not very sportsmanlike. You lose." That's a death sentence, Sharon thinks. They seem to have placed the wrong wager. Phyllis claims that because they are survivors and badasses, they are prepared to defeat them with their weapons. They take deep breaths while holding hands. As the gas fills the room, the music begins to play. After locating the gas tap behind the refrigerator, they attempt to seal it. When that fails, they begin to choke. The music is audible to Chance and the others as they enter the hallway. Nick shouts at the entrance. Phyllis believes Sharon is having hallucinations, but Sharon can hear something. Before she faints, Sharon shouts for her to leave the gas. She believes it's the voice because she can see the door handle trembling. As Phyllis falls to the ground, she rushes over and raises the thermos. They scream out to Nick when they hear his voice. According to Sharon, they're fine. However, Phyllis isn't doing well. Sharon warns them that shooting the lock will result in an explosion when they say they will do it. They rush in, kicking the door open. They take everyone to the new ranch. Although the EMTs reported that the women were all right, Chance believes they should be taken to the hospital. Chance reveals that everything was well organized and that the gas leak was programmed. Whoever did it left no traces. Nick questions the women about how they got to be in the clinic. They clarified that they were brought there individually after being drugged. They suppose everyone assumed Phyllis took Sharon out. Nick acknowledges it might have come up. The women don't even know if it was a man or a woman who did this. Whoever it was must be at least as ill as Ian and Jordan. It resembled an unhealthy game of cat and mouse. Whether it was one individual or more, they don't know. They were fully aware of their past and only used it to play psychological tricks on them. They briefly believed that Nick might have been attempting to mediate a settlement between them. "I didn't do this," he says. They discuss how they were poisoned and the riddles. They resembled rats in a labyrinth. It was like a science project. As explained by Nick and Billy, they were also emailed riddles. Chance is certain that they should be allowed to rest and heal. This is the end of the ordeal. Sharon and Phyllis fear that this is not the end and that they were not intended to be saved. Before they can attack again, they must locate them. Traci observes that Alan's phone is pinging more frequently while she is in her GCAC suite. The phone is picked up by her. Precautions have been made after a security compromise, according to the notice. "You inform me. Is it accurate? Has my mother been admitted to a Chicago hospital?" Damien returns the question. I want you to tell me how you really feel, Nick. Sharon asks, do you ever consider us getting back together? The abductors wanted you to be discovered. What? Asks Summer. Yes, says Phyllis, whoever did it is a complete whack job. This individual has not yet been apprehended. That implies that you're still in danger, Summer says. I propose that we do the town, you know. Aim high. I want to present my beloved girlfriend. Alan stops talking as he sees Traci holding his phone. He demands, what are you doing? The week of March 17th to 21st on The Young and the Restless promises to be a whirlwind of suspense, emotional confrontations, and high-stakes drama as the residents of Genoa City grapple with the aftermath of Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers' harrowing kidnapping ordeal. With danger looming, relationships evolving, and secrets on the verge of being exposed, the stage is set for a week filled with twists, turns, and unforgettable moments. Here's a detailed breakdown of what's in store. Traci Abbott in grave danger, Alan Lawrence's true colors emerge. Traci Abbott's world is about to be turned upside down as her fiancé, Alan Laurent, aka Martin Laurent, begins to unravel. Traci becomes increasingly suspicious of Alan's erratic behavior, particularly when she notices strange notifications on his phone. Despite his attempts to brush off her concerns, Alan grows testy and defensive, revealing cracks in his carefully constructed facade. His suggestion that they fly to Paris to scout wedding venues raises red flags, as it becomes clear that his true motive is to get Traci out of town before his dark secrets come to light. Traci seeks advice from Diane Jenkins Abbott and Jack Abbott, confiding in them about Alan's stress and odd behavior. While Diane and Jack reassure her that Alan is deeply in love with her, Traci can't shake her doubts. This internal conflict sets the stage for a dramatic confrontation as Traci inches closer to uncovering the truth about Alan's sinister agenda. With danger brewing, Traci's life hangs in the balance, and her relationship with Alan is poised to take a dark and dangerous turn. Chance Chancellor's breakthrough, unmasking the kidnapper. Chance Chancellor's investigation into the kidnapping takes a significant step forward as he uncovers a crucial clue. The remote-controlled device used to trigger the gas leak in the abandoned clinic was purchased at a nearby hardware store. Security footage from the store reveals that Alan Laurent made the purchase, confirming his involvement in the kidnapping. This discovery brings Chance closer to unmasking Alan's true identity and exposing his twisted motives. As Chance pieces together the puzzle, he realizes the gravity of the situation. The possibility that Alan is actually Martin Laurent, who faked his death and assumed his brother's identity, adds a chilling layer to the storyline. Chance's determination to stop Alan before he can flee the country with Traci sets the stage for a high-stakes showdown. Will Chance reach the airport in time to prevent Alan from taking Traci to Paris? The answer to this question will have far-reaching consequences for everyone involved. Sharon and Nick, a path to reconciliation? Sharon Newman's ordeal has left her emotionally drained but also reflective about her life and relationships. Encouraged by Nick Newman to take a break and visit their son, Noah Newman, in Europe with Faith Newman, Sharon surprises Nick by suggesting that he join them on the trip. This invitation sparks a heartfelt conversation about their relationship and the possibility of rekindling their romance. Sharon confesses that she has been thinking about a romantic reunion with Nick, urging him to be honest about his feelings. This moment of vulnerability marks a turning point in their relationship as Sharon takes a bold step toward healing and moving forward. Whether Nick reciprocates her feelings or reaffirms their friendship, this conversation will have a profound impact on both characters. For Sharon, it represents an opportunity to reclaim her happiness after years of heartache and trauma. For Nick, it forces him to confront his own feelings and decide whether he is ready to open his heart to Sharon once again. Billy and Phyllis, a sweet moment of reconciliation. Billy Abbott and Phyllis Summers share a tender moment as they process the aftermath of the kidnapping. Billy comforts Phyllis, who is determined to dive back into work at Abbott Communications as a way of coping with her trauma. Despite Billy's initial resistance, he ultimately supports her decision, acknowledging her strength and resilience. Billy admits that he initially assumed Phyllis had abandoned him and didn't include her name in the press release about their partnership. He offers a heartfelt apology and asks for her forgiveness, which Phyllis grants without hesitation. This moment of vulnerability and reconciliation culminates in a tender embrace, signaling a potential rekindling of their romantic connection. Their sweet moment is a highlight of the week, offering a glimpse of hope and healing amidst the chaos. Summer and Kyle, tensions rise. Summer Newman's lingering feelings for Kyle Abbott continue to cause tension, particularly with Claire Newman. As Summer leans on Kyle for support in the wake of the kidnapping, Claire grows increasingly frustrated, feeling that Summer is overstepping boundaries. Victor Newman adds fuel to the fire by pointing out the reality of the situation to Kyle, warning him that the drama between Summer and Claire could jeopardize his relationship. Kyle finds himself caught in the middle, torn between his commitment to Claire and his complicated history with Summer. As the tension escalates, Kyle may be forced to make difficult decisions about how he interacts with Summer to maintain peace with Claire. This love triangle adds another layer of complexity to the show's intricate web of relationships, setting the stage for potential conflict and heartbreak. Adam and Chelsea, passion ignites. Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson's unresolved feelings come to a head as they give in to their desires and share a passionate moment. This turning point marks a significant shift in their relationship, as they confront their lingering connection and the possibility of a future together. However, their actions could have far-reaching consequences, particularly if their secret is discovered by others in Genoa City.